Today we're joined by Jeffrey Lefleur of WP Carey. Jeffrey, welcome to the program today. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Your firm specializes in net lease financing, which should be of interest to real estate advisors as well as financial advisors, corporate owners, and CFOs of corporations that have real estate. You oversee investing in Europe, and you've actually brought a case study to talk about today with regard to a transaction you did in Poland. It is a large item of property with H&M, the retailer H&M, as a tenant. Can you talk about that transaction, how it came about, and how it fits into your firm's strategy?
Sure. The H&M deal is a net lease investment. It's an existing lease that was for sale by Invesco, which is a large institutional investor. The deal for us, I think, really captures a lot of the elements that we see in our best transactions. It's a critical operating asset. It's a distribution center for all of Eastern Europe as well as the Western European online fulfillment. So for H&M, this is one of their core hubs for their business. It supplies thousands of stores throughout Europe. So we have the criticality of the asset. H&M as a credit is a superb credit. It's a gigantic company, I think in the range of 10 billion euros a year in revenues. It has virtually no debt. It's got a great capital structure. So it's a very unique credit and a very strong company. So we have criticality, we have credit strength, and then in terms of the deal itself, I think we got a good lease term with a very good yield relative to the market. And Poland's a market where we can achieve both good yields on a risk-adjusted basis relative to Western Europe, but also a market where there is pretty active financing available in terms of mortgage financing. So on a leverage basis, this deal can become a very attractive deal for us in the years to come.
So Jeffrey, you mentioned the criticality of this facility. This is an important hub for H&M, not only with regard to distribution to their retail stores, but also for their e-commerce activity, right? Can you talk about kind of the scope of this facility?
Sure. It's roughly 900,000 square feet, which for a logistics warehouse is quite massive. I mean, it's nearly 1 million square feet. And it actually is two buildings that are adjacent to each other. One is their Eastern European logistics hub, and that distributes to all the stores in Poland, many stores in Eastern Europe. I think well over 1,000 stores receive all of their clothing and H&M products from this location. The other building is their online fulfillment center, and they've been growing their online business. The other site, the other building actually distributes all throughout Europe, both Eastern and Western Europe. It's a very active site. Both buildings operate 24/7 every day of the year. I think they have in the range of, could be almost 1,500 employees at this location. So it's a massive undertaking, and it's a very critical asset for the operations of H&M.
Can you get more into maybe the difference in the market between Poland and maybe some of the deals that you might enter into in Western Europe? What was unique about the way that this deal was sourced or structured that really is illustrative of what's going on in Eastern Europe and Poland in particular?
Well, I think what makes this deal unique in terms of Poland is not so much how it illustrates Eastern Europe, but I think what makes it unique is how it illustrates how much Poland is like Western Europe. Poland is one of the few markets in Eastern Europe where we still have lots of competition from respectable buyers, real buyers with big cash, big pockets. We still have very active mortgage financing, so there's lots of liquidity in Poland available. That makes more buyers available to compete on deals and bid on deals. We still have yields that are, they're not double-digit Eastern Europe yields that you would expect to see in a challenged market. And that's because Poland as an economy has done quite well. The zloty has held up quite well. The economy has held up quite well. Unemployment has ticked up a little bit. But for the most part, Poland has set itself apart to be more like the healthier Western European markets than like the weaker markets in Eastern Europe.